So we are live now. Hi Vivin. Hi Nikhil.
Hi, hi, Akshay.
Sure.
So guys, this is the Navgyaan episode 1 for our viewers. We have started a new tech series where we will discuss about latest tech, latest smartphones, and much more. We'll share our opinions and what we think that you should be aware about in the tech industry. So today we are going to discuss about Moto G4 Plus, Namotel 99 rupees smartphone, Google I/O, and much more. So let's start with Nikhil. Let's take his thoughts on Google Motorola G4 Plus first.
Yeah, the first thought is where is Moto G4? Seriously, at the conference yesterday, I was thinking where is the phone that was we supposed to come for? But anyways, they're very similar devices, only a little bit of specs difference with the camera and the fingerprint sensor. So this device is good, but then I personally feel it's a little step backward because once you get the consumer used to getting a waterproof device, now with the G3 they were so used to and they were so happy about that feature and that was kind of a USP of the product that it's such a cheap waterproof device. Now you taking it back from the customers just by giving them a better processor because obviously it was evident they'll increase the specs of the device. So it's not an incremental change that I felt the device got because it just that was anyways obvious that it'll increase the specs. But after that you can't remove features that people are used to and just add a fingerprint sensor.
It's been like more than 24 hours, and the first feedback that even users are giving us is about the fingerprint sensor.
Yeah,
They have included a fingerprint sensor which does not act as a home button, so
Home
giving
home
button.
it
button, yeah.
separately feels kind of awkward. What are your thoughts about it, Vivin?
So my thought is that the what Nikhil says, water resistance was the key feature that they have taken from the user. It is a big loss, and also I felt that a home button should be at the front. Doesn't make sense if doesn't have a home button, fingerprint button. It maybe in the back it was a much better option, taking a less space in the device. Device will be much smaller. And third thing, the grip. They made that flat, and I used to like the curvy body which have the design to hold the device much better. One thing is much better, cool that they are giving the turbo charger at that price point, because Motorola used to charge 1,000 bucks extra for that charger.
But the turbochargers were there with Moto G Turbo. It was included in the box,
Yeah,
if I'm
But
not wrong.
all the
they
turbo editions.
launched that in an additional device, not in the primary. Moto G3 was there.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts? Should users buy Moto G4 Plus, or should they wait for Moto G4, which will be priced at a lower price tag? Or do you think that this is not the perfect device they should opt for if they have a budget of around 15,000 bucks? So, what do you think? For me, I think that the design ruins my overall experience. The fingerprint sensor placement is awkward, and I might not like that design. So, personally, the design is the factor which interferes for me while recommending this smartphone.
True. What I think is this at this price, there are a lot of better options out in the market. Precisely, if I talk about the Samsung J series, which has a lot to offer in terms of My Galaxy and the build quality of the phone, the design of the phone, and everything else. I think that's a great phone. Also, if you look at the other competition, if you compare Chinese brands, we have the Oppo F1 and other devices. We have the OnePlus X, though it's an old device, but still, it still has a charm and a good build quality about it. So, a lot of competition there. So in a way, it's a good device, Moto G Plus, but worth waiting. Moto G4 would be worth waiting because the price would be really different, and you're just losing out on a 3 megapixel of the camera count and the fingerprint sensor. Otherwise, you're getting the same device.
Right.
And for my perspective, I think that Moto G4 Plus is not worth for waiting, as there are more devices like we have seen Lenovo Zook Z1. The device is, you are using the device, you know much better than me. So the device much better in the concern of running. The OS is better. Yes, you are getting a stock Android because the rest of the all Chinese player have their own UI, which is not everyone is not cool with that. So when UI is concerned, definitely Motorola top the notch, and they give rolls out the OS update much earlier than others.
So definitely, it seems like there are some good points about Moto G4 Plus, but some points are bad. Uh, Basically, if somebody wants a stock Android experience, so they can go for Moto G4 Plus, but they do have other options available in the market from
Yeah.
Samsung and Chinese players as well.
Yeah.
So let's not dive in further into Moto G4 Plus. And today the hottest topic on the internet was 99 rupees smartphone, and they have named it अच्छे दिन. तो क्या अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं? Will they be able to provide a smartphone at 99 rupees? What are your thoughts? Namotel अच्छे दिन smartphone.
So my thought is that really under 5K, 500 bucks, any smartphone can be made, because what I have researched that a screen cost around 5K if you are bundling and ordering for a lot. So that is my thought. 500K is minimum for a screen display, not for a
500
device.
rupees.
500 rupees.
I thought he bought a company's share of 500K. That's
Right.
a, like.
I was also confused. 500K is a huge amount for a display.
For me, I think Namotel is, let's say namaste to Namotel, because it's like go away. And we have already seen a lot had happened with the Freedom 51. So obviously, any device which is under 1500, I would say, is a little dicey to put your money on if it's not a known brand.
Right. Maybe they are trying to cash in the value from Namo, which is like Narendra Modi's short form Namo, and Achhe Din is its
Yeah, that's the BJP
slogan.
tagline.
But
So
the thing is,
Akshay,
yeah.
can you tell us how to get the registration done? Because I think you have done the R&D for that.
I did try to register for it, but they were charging 200 rupees, 199 to be precise, for a BeMyBank.com, which is also being owned by the same company. If you check out there, who is information on the domain, both the domains are owned by the same company, but you need to pay 200 rupees to register for that device. So you're paying 200 to just get into the queue, and it's not sure you will get the device or not, but you'll lose 200 rupees. So which is kind of a scammy thing to do, because you are charging 200 rupees to just wait in the queue to get a smartphone.
I think it's also the easiest way to get capital and then maybe run away, because you're just collecting money from people and not doing anything about it. And if they say that, we've collected this much money and we only have 10 devices or 100 devices, we can only deliver those in the first month. So they'll have a lot of money before they can, really do anything about it.
Exactly. Even if 10 lakh users register for the smartphone, they'll each pay 200 rupees. And at the end, if they say
Yeah.
we just have 1,000 devices, and the money for the registration is non-refundable, so they'll end up
Yeah,
owning a lot of money and just giving away a couple of devices.
true.
So,
And we also know,
yeah.
we also don't know what the Freedom 251 and other Decos 881 is coming or not. Are they real or not? Because still they are in hold.
Right. So
Yeah.
we are seeing a new trend in tech industry to get into the news and try to scam people by reducing the price. Maybe we'll see 1 rupee phone very soon. But the Navtech team suggests you not to go for this scammy company right now, because you will just end up losing money. They are a very new company, don't have any proper manufacturing facility. It's not Make in India initiative, under Make in India initiative as of now.
And they are not government authorized also.
Right. So let's move ahead and let's discuss about another interesting thing which is going to happen later today, and we'll be coming back with more details tomorrow. But let's see what are the expectations of Navtech team for Google I/O. Let's start with Vivin.
So my thing is that there is coming. I have heard that Android VR is coming. So it will be crazy, because definitely Google hasn't worked on VR after the Cardboard. Google Cardboard was the last edition. Maybe they are bringing something. They are definitely doing something on Android N, or maybe giving the full name. We will understand what is the Android N. So
So are you expecting Nan Khatai or any Indian name this time?
seriously, no. If I am voting, I am going for Nutella.
Okay. What about you,
And
Nikhil? Are
I
you?
think I'll go for not so sweet, because I've done with all the sweets Android is offering us.
But
Not
but
so sweet.
it will be sweet. I don't think
I'm
they would
sure
go
they
for
won't
a
change the
sweet name.
naming convention, I'm sure, but still, I think then it'll be Nutella, of course. I think that's a brand. Like we previously have
Mhm.
seen Kit Kat and then co-branding with Kit Kat. Now we'll see co-branding with Nutella and a lot of other things.
so next will be Android VR, I guess. You guys can tell anything because you are using wearables more.
Wearable is increasing day by day, but I'm not really much excited about the Google VR. It's like a low-cost device just for the experience. I'm more excited about the new features that they'll include in their next Android version, and possibly about Google Nexus smartphones. it was rumored that STC would be releasing two smartphones under the Nexus brand. So I'm more excited about the smartphones part. I'm not sure about Nikhil. Maybe he's more excited about the other tech being
I'm
revealed.
excited about the Android Wear's next version because I'm hoping now there'll be something else they'll be offering because it's been very stale for the past few years. We've been using the Moto 360 and the newer version that have come out. The Android Wear is very stale now. It's nothing exciting now, and you get bored out of it in a week. So I think there should be something very exciting in Android Wear. And also I've heard about rumors about Google Chirp, which is an Amazon Echo competition. So let's see if that happens, because if Google makes something like Amazon Echo, it'll be open source and it'll be a lot of things that it can do for you. So I'm very excited about the Google Chirp.
So we'll connect again, guys, about the Google I/O event very soon. We'll make a separate episode about Google I/O because there will be a lot of interesting tech there. But let's move ahead and let's discuss about the upcoming launches. There are two upcoming launches. One is CoolPad. They're launching the new smartphone on 20th May, and we also have leaks about the Zenfone 3. So let's take Nikhil's thought about CoolPad first. What he feels and what are his expectations from CoolPad.
But just let me remind you, before CoolPad will be attending a T-phone launch tomorrow, so let's talk
Right.
about that
So
also.
I totally forgot about the launch, and for those who doesn't know about it, it's from Smartron,
Yeah.
and they'll be coming up with their T phone. They have already have a T book in the market, and it is being promoted by Sachin Tendulkar. So obviously there's a buzz around the brand. So let's
So
yeah.
tomorrow you might see us with Sachin Tendulkar talking about the T-phone. Let's see, let's see. We'll all three will be there, and we might do a live telecast from there also. Let's see.
Yeah.
And about the CoolPad device, there are a lot of Chinese players in the market, but right now I can only see people like or brands like Oppo and Vivo and Lenovo doing really well, but the others are just going in vain. Sometimes I feel that, they're not putting any efforts. Like I've seen La Echo doing a lot of things in the past and selling a lot of their La Echo device, but what's next? I mean, they're just pointing out one device and just refreshing it with new just adding something to the OS and adding a new device is not really adding a new device. Like, releasing the same version of the smartphone with two new apps. So I think with CoolPad, it has to be really a different device, something that is a game changer. Otherwise, we have seen companies like Nubia come and go, and it's very hard for markets to stay and create great products. So we've really seen Gioni come in the market, get all the Chinese brands activated, because before that there were no brands, and then a lot of brands came in, and now Gioni is literally vanished. We have heard some announcements from them, but nothing really major and exciting. So I'm expecting something different from CoolPad. Let's see what they launch.
Okay. So we won't be diving much into the CoolPad scenario because it's an upcoming device. So we'll discuss more about it once it's launched. But let's find out more about the Zenfone event, which has been scheduled for later this month, and it won't be happening in India as of now. But let's ask Vivin what are his thoughts, and he does have some leaked information about the Zenfone 3. So over to you, Vivin.
So what I have got about the Zenfone 3, it will be announced on 30 or 31st of this month, and it will be on Computex. It is having 4 GB of RAM, coming with Snapdragon 820 with a quad-core processor, and it will be having about 20 or 23 megapixels, so which is huge according to the benchmark what is leaked or rumor. So hoping that Zenfone 3 will have a better naming, the series will have, not like Zenfone 2, it was totally confused. So
But
that is
I don't think that they'll be naming different devices this time. They'll be like Zenfone 3, Zenfone 3 Laser, Zenfone 3 this, Zenfone 3 that. So I feel that they'll keep Zenfone 3 and then a small word
I
after
think
each
that
model.
that's still okay if they keep the different shapes or like laser and for selfie and all. But in that also they have so many variants of Zenfone 3
yeah,
and Zenfone 2,
exactly.
this variant, 16 GB variant with this RAM, 32 GB with this RAM, and all that stuff. They're so confusing, and you can't remember the model numbers like Zen X, XO or something like that. So I still, as Akshay said, they won't be changing the naming convention. They're too happy with it. They
Right.
like
But
confusing
it
us.
is very much confusing for the consumer to get.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's what they
Even
want, I guess.
right, they're like, we want a Zenfone 2 Laser. Do you suggest that phone? So even we are confused which Zenfone 2
Which
Laser
laser?
he's talking about, 5 inch,
Yeah.
4.5 inch, or any other version.
3 GB version. There are a
Right.
lot of things going on. So I guess today we are done for what that.
Yes, let's wrap up this session. That's the first episode, and we'll be improving this session. So do share your feedback about it. What more do you want in our Navgyaan sessions? And we'll be coming up these sessions more frequently, maybe on daily basis. We'll try to do that. So thanks for joining, guys. Bye.
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 Take care. Bye, everybody. Bye.